All right, and we are talking about the Golden State Valkyries, guys. The Golden State Valkyries is a team that was supposed to be like this, nice, cute little expansion story. They got a new logo, a new city, a great venue, and it's just like, that's very nice. Give them a little time. They're not gonna do much of anything. Just give them some time, and they'll be fun eventually. They're probably gonna have a lot of losses, but no. This team is rolling, and right now, I would guarantee you, just about nobody in the WNBA wants to face the Golden State Valkyries. They took down the Las Vegas Aces. They just beat the LA Sparks yesterday in overtime. And guys, they're not even done building. This team is looking fan-freaking-tastic. So let's talk through the Golden State Valkyries and how the Valks are kind of rewriting what you may think about expansion teams. All right. And in a lot of ways, when it comes to the Golden State Valkyries, it begins and ends with Natalie Nakase. All right, so let's start at the top. I am calling this the Natalie Nakase effect, guys. Natalie Nakase, a first-time head coach who left the Las Vegas Aces after winning 2 rings as one of Becky Hammon's top assistant coaches. She decided to leave the team, and what she's doing, guys, at Golden State is nothing short of masterful, truly. I don't think she's ultimately going to win Coach of the Year, but she definitely should be in the conversation. Like, seriously, you have a brand new team with no actual culture, no actual structure. You are building everything from the ground up, and you have a roster that, outside looking in, had a lot of people speculating like, oh, well, how good are you going to be? I don't know. And now we see this team is 4-5. They had some big wins already on the season. And specifically, I want to talk about the game against the Aces, where, again, they beat the Aces. Not just in a normal game, right? It wasn't just like we're gonna take on our former team and make some stuff happen. Also, the score was 95-68. Slight error on the copy there. But yeah, this team is also, I don't know, the 24th. Anyway, you get the point. This team is looking really, really good. They have a style that is hungry. They look very, very organized, and they look locked in, guys. And they also did have a couple of changes as well. They've also had a couple of changes, right? This is a team that recently made some moves. They're not even fully settled yet. A couple of days ago, the Valkyries announced that they made a couple of changes to their roster. They decided to waive Kara Linskins completely. She was waived due to limited minutes and not that much production on the season so far. They decided to temporarily suspend Cecilia Zandalicini because she's an international star. She's going over to Eurobasket, and of course she's gonna be out for a little bit. So they temporarily suspended her. And stepping into the spotlight is Laeticia Amihere, former South Carolina Gamecock. A very high pick in 2023, and she just signed a rest of the season contract. She was great in preseason. She actually averaged around like 12 points during the preseason game. She shot very efficiently, and she didn't make the cut for the final team. But she's back. She's back, and she's a very versatile player who can play just about any role on the court. Like 1 through 4, I would say she could probably do. And she already knows the system, which is very helpful. And she's going to be a major piece moving forward for the squad. She didn't play yesterday, but I expect to see Laeticia Amihere get some serious minutes. So I've been talking about the Golden State Valkyries and how good they are and yada, yada, yada. But who's doing it? Who's doing the work? Who's stepping up for the Golden State Valkyries? Well, it's everybody, guys. You got Janelle Salaün, who has been masterful as well. This is someone who yesterday, I believe, scored a career high, 21 points, 8 rebounds in yesterday's win against the Sparks, again in overtime. You got Timmy Fágbénlé, who in that game against the Sparks had a double-double, 14 points, 13 rebounds, including 8 offensive rebounds. You got Carla Leite, who was big time in this game, 15 points. And you got Kayla Thornton, who continues to show up and show out for this team, 18 points, 11 rebounds. She continues to rock out. Then you got the likes of Julie Van Loo and Veronica Burton, who is passing that basketball, right? Yesterday, Julie had 8 assists. Veronica had 6 assists. They were absolutely doing their thing. Absolutely. Because sometimes it's not all about scoring, right? You can have a not so great scoring night like Julie Van Loo had yesterday and still make an impact on your team by passing the basketball and limiting your turnovers. And that's exactly what she did. And Veronica Burton kept getting to the free throw line, and she was crazy. I was like, man, she had 9 points, and 7 of those points was from the free throw line for Veronica Burton. So she was doing her thing. And then you got Kate Martin, who not yesterday, but the game against the Aces, Kate Martin did pretty well. She did pretty well in that game with 12 points against the Aces. Now yesterday I don't think she scored yesterday, but you get my point. There's a lot of players stepping up for the Las Vegas Aces. And that's because this is a team that is built different. They are absolutely built different. This is a team that, isn't just competing. They are trying to win. And they're playing with heart. Again, they beat the Las Vegas Aces pretty badly. They beat LA yesterday in I believe their first overtime game. And this is a team that out-rebounded LA. They had 46 points in the paint. This is a team that shot atrociously from the three yesterday. Like, they couldn't hit really anything from the three. 5 of 32 from the three-point line. But it didn't matter because they were finding other ways to win. That is not luck. That is culture. That is fight with this team. And it is really, really cool to see. Yeah, Terrence, the Valkyries are deep. They are. And yeah, Shamika, I do like the rivalry between the Sparks and the Valks. You got to make it happen. And yeah, Kentucky Rick is right. Yeah, the Valkyries they're just having fun out there. They're having fun and they are just hooping. And you just never know who will show up on a certain day. All right? That's definitely a thing. Now, the Golden State Valkyries are looking pretty good. So when we look ahead, again, this team is 4-5 on the season. They are looking to integrate Laeticia Amihere back on this team. And this is a team that needs to clean up their turnovers. This is not a perfect team. They still got issues, right? They are towards the bottom of the league when it comes to turnovers. Like they struggle big time when it comes to turnovers. They have to consistently get better at that specific stat. They have to. Because right now they're winning games and they're making stuff happen and whatnot. However, you gotta limit those turnovers. You have to limit those turnovers. Also, guys, this is a team that is pretty bad at shot selection. They shoot a lot of threes and they miss a lot of threes. They are at the bottom of the league when it comes to field goal percentage. But the reason why this team is still winning, the reason why they are still finding success is that because they play together. They play together. They are all in for each other. And even though they miss shots, they're going to figure out other ways to try to win that game. And that is pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see. So I'm curious, what do you all think? Where do you think the Valkyries will ultimately finish at the end of this year? I think this is the playoff team now. coming into this season, did I expect the Golden State Valkyries to make it to the playoffs? No. But the way they're playing right now, yeah, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they have a good shot. I think they have a really, really good shot of making the playoffs, which is kind of wild to talk about. It's kind of wild to talk about and to think that maybe, just maybe, this team has a chance at the playoffs. Now, they do still have a tough road because, you know, again, new team, new coach. While they've had initial success, you have to keep that thing going. You got to keep it going. And so, yeah, I'm curious. What do you all think? Top 8 finish? Do y'all think Natalie Nakase, it should be in the running for Coach of the Year? You know, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you all are thinking. And also, if you all are enjoying this commentary, if you're enjoying this show so far, in the debut show of Quita in the Morning, no S, make sure to let me know. If you're listening via a podcast, leave a review. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let me know your thoughts. Okay? Okay. Now, let's hear what you all have to say. Looks like a lot of y'all are saying playoffs. Okay. Playoffs, maybe a first or second round out. Okay. Lala says the Valkyries are who everyone thought the Sky were going to be. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Marcia says, yes, I'm surprised by how well the Valkyries are doing. I think they have a good chance to make the playoffs. Yeah. Con Lenny says the Valks were 5 points off from beating the New York Liberty this season. Yeah. The Valkyries' losses that they've had so far this season, like, I don't think they're bad losses, right? You lose to the Phoenix Mercury, who is really, really good. I'm going to talk about the Phoenix Mercury another day. But you don't lose badly to the Mercury, right? You lose to the Minnesota Lynx. Again, not a bad game. You lose only by 5 points against the New York Liberty once. And the first time you play the New York Liberty, you get killed. So, like, minus that, you know, you get killed that first game against the Liberty. But the second game, you clean it up. And the first game of the season, yeah, you kind of get killed by the Sparks, but again, you bounce back and beat the Sparks twice after that. And can you guys just put this in your head? The Golden State Valkyries have played the LA Sparks 4 times in the last month and a half. They played them once in the preseason, played them 3 times in the regular season so far. So officially, they are 2 and 3, or 2 and 1. 2 wins, 1 loss during the regular season. But if you count the preseason, they're 2 and 2. It's kind of wild to think about. All right, so a lot of y'all are saying they're gonna make the playoffs. Okay. LL Kune says I have Valkyries at 5. Okay. Yeah. Rebounds did hurt, and I would say just like now, real quick. At the end of that game, Kelsey Plum ended up talking about the foul situation and saying, hey, I'm getting hit. All this stuff is happening and the refs aren't calling anything. And does she have a point about the refs not calling stuff? Sure. Is this a thing that will consistently be a thing in the WNBA? Yes, as well. And so absolutely, do the referees need to be better? Yes. But at the same time, the referees are not seemingly going to change because this has been the same issue every single year. And every couple of games, we hear somebody else say the same thing. All right, let's get to y'all super chats. Thank you so much, Jim, for the super chat. Says congrats on the partnership, cool intro and graphics. Thank you so much, Jim. Salute to you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Levy, for the super chat. Says love the new look, Quita fire. Thank you. And Stern 12. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says no star approach is working for them. Yeah, it is. And truly, I wasn't sure if it was going to work. I really wasn't. I had some serious doubts about the Golden State Valkyries, and now all of a sudden they are looking really, really, really good. So that's kind of fun. That is kind of fun to see. Terrence says WNBA refs are terrible. I mean, yeah, and it's not going to change. Like, it just is what it is. Like, I have made peace with it. I've made peace with the referees. Like, in years past, I would just be so upset, like, oh, the refs did this and blah, 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 and that's why they lost and whatnot. Here's the deal. The refs are going to ref. Now, was Kelsey Plum getting knocked over and were they not calling some stuff? Absolutely. But you got to win anyway because the refs are going to ref. They're going to ref. And you gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna play through it. I'm gonna win despite not getting foul calls, right? I'm gonna win despite. But I will say, it's not an easy job. It is not a job that I envy, because imagine going to work and everyone's mad at you. The whole time you at work, everybody's mad. The players are mad. The fans are mad at you. You can't see everything. You miss some stuff and whatnot, and it's not a great time, I would say. So yeah, Sydney Colson made a video talking about the refs, and like maybe I'll play it tomorrow. But I think it's like spot on. Like I know she's trying to be funny and whatnot, but like it's imagine being a ref. Like it's a tough job, a very very tough